Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm Mindy. This is the Mindy Mom, and today we're going to talk about exercise, and I'm going to specifically name 3 myths about exercise and weight loss, and then tell you what I think is the absolute best exercise for weight loss. So stay tuned. Okay, you guys, I had a request for this video, and I thought, what better way to film a video about exercise and activity and movement than by getting out and doing it. So here we are, walking and talking. Also, it's a gorgeous day here in Tulsa, America. It is 75 degrees, which probably wouldn't seem so odd if you didn't know that it is February the 3rd. And normally it's pretty cold in February in Oklahoma. In fact, 3 days from now, the high is only 35 and the low is in the 20s, and they're predicting snow. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. But I'm out enjoying this day, and so I thought that I would take this opportunity to chat with you guys a little bit about activity and what kind of activity I was doing while I was losing weight, what kind of activity I'm doing now, how it has changed for me, and how my mindset about activity has changed over the past few years. I want to stop here and let you guys know that I am not a doctor or a member of the medical profession. I am also not an exercise expert or a personal trainer or anything like that. I'm just a regular, ordinary person. These are just my thoughts and opinions. And before you start any kind of exercise program, you should probably check with your doctor. That's always a really wise thing to do. The first thing I thought I would do is share with you 3 myths that I have discovered about exercise. These are things that I have thought in the past that I have found to be untrue, or that I hear other people say sometimes that I don't think are altogether true. The first one is that you have to exercise to lose weight. That is not true. To lose weight, you have to create a caloric deficit. And honestly, this is just my opinion, but if you are just starting out and you are coming from a standard American diet, or a fairly unhealthy diet and a fairly sedentary lifestyle, I actually think it is better to get your nutrition in order first and foremost. When it comes to weight loss, I really think about 80 to 90% of it is what you eat. So it's really important to try to get that in order first if you have to choose one or the other. Not only that, but exercise can sometimes actually be a hindrance to weight loss. When we exercise, we burn more calories, our bodies crave more fuel, and sometimes we have a tendency to overcompensate with food. We overestimate the amount of calories that we are burning, and we think it's okay to eat extra food, and then our weight loss stalls or plateaus, or worse, we actually gain weight. So I do not think that exercise is necessary for weight loss. The only thing you need to do to lose weight is create a caloric deficit. Now, the benefits of exercise are more than just caloric burn, right? It's about more than just helping our weight loss by burning more calories. It's about the benefits that we get physically, mentally, emotionally from exercise. There's so much more going on there than just contributing to weight loss. But technically, you don't have to work out or exercise to lose weight. The second myth is that exercise has to be particularly grueling or unenjoyable in order to be beneficial. I am out walking right now. That is my favorite form of movement and exercise. Unless it is really, really cold, really, really hot, or raining, you don't usually have to convince me to go out and go for a walk. I enjoy it. It's something that I like doing. And I think once I finally accepted that exercise should be something that we enjoy, not something we just endure, that's whenever I developed movement habits that really stuck with me. It's better that it be something that you enjoy doing, because you're more likely to stick with it. It is more likely to become sustainable. If I try to adopt some kind of exercise regimen that I don't enjoy, I am more likely to make up excuses. It's got to be something that I enjoy doing so that I'll stick with it. If it's something I don't enjoy doing, eventually I will kick it to the curb. The third myth is that exercising is expensive. And I know it's easy to think that, because especially this time of year, everybody's trying to sell us something, right? They're trying to sell us equipment. They're trying to sell us books. They're trying to sell us gym memberships or personal training sessions, or special classes or something like that. And so it can be easy to think that we have to buy something or pay a lot of money to have a program that works for us. But the fact of the matter is that it has never been easier to get movement into your day than it is now, thanks to the internet. If you have internet access, and you have something like YouTube, you have access to all kinds of workouts. I've also noticed that there are some on some streaming applications like Amazon Prime. One of my favorites on YouTube is the Leslie Sansone Happy Walk. And so on days when the weather was bad, when I was first starting out, I would turn on that 15-minute happy walk, and you would basically do all these movements and take enough steps to have walked a mile in 15 minutes. There's all kinds of that stuff out there. If you have a library membership, I know my library has DVDs, and some of them are exercise DVDs that you can check out, or there's books, of course, on exercise that you can look at for programs. And if you live in a safe place and you are able, then you can do what I'm doing now. You can step outside your door and take a few extra steps. Maybe there's a place in your building, if you work in a large building, where you can do laps. I know in the church where I work and where we attend, it's a fairly large church, and you can actually walk quite a lot just in the hallways among there and pick up steps. So in my opinion, it's never been easier to work activity into your day and not pay an extra penny for it. So it's been a little over 3 years since I set out to lose weight for the last time. And I think the reason why I've had a lot of success this time, finally losing the excess weight and keeping it off for the most part, is because I ditched a lot of my all or nothing mentality, and where exercise was concerned, I kicked those 3 exercise myths to the curb. I no longer thought of exercise as something that was necessary for weight loss. I focused primarily on my nutrition first and foremost. When I did pick up activity, I made sure it was something that I enjoyed and that was sustainable for me. And I dropped the mentality that it had to be something that I invested a lot of money in. In fact, I didn't have a gym membership for the first 2 years. I didn't take any special classes. I didn't hire a trainer. In fact, for almost 2 years, the only thing that I did where exercise was concerned was this right here, walk. That's all that I did. So I was able to lose 25 pounds doing nothing but watching my food intake and walking. That was it. And I would go out for a little walk after dinner, and I would sometimes listen to a podcast or listen to music. Sometimes I would go out for a walk on a Saturday when I could walk a little extra. And it's not like I walked miles and miles and miles. I probably only did anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. But that was it. That's what I did. And it's only been in the last year or so when I have wanted to pursue other forms of exercise. And I took some classes at the gym, and I like having access to some of the machines at the gym now for cross training. I've really gotten into running, but that wasn't something that I started out doing. I kind of eased into the exercise, and I focused on my nutrition first and foremost, and then made exercise part of my lifestyle because I enjoyed doing it and because I liked the way that it made me feel, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. It was very cathartic for me. I also want to add here that sometimes taking on a really grueling exercise regimen, if we aren't ready for it, is just an invitation for injury. And let me be a cautionary tale. I really enjoyed my run streak between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and if you guys have been with me, you know what I'm talking about, because I talked about it all through December. And I got to where I was running some pretty long distances because cardiovascularly I could do it. I was so excited that I wasn't like exhausted, and I really enjoyed my runs. But just because my heart and my lungs can handle the distance doesn't mean that the rest of my body can. And now I'm kind of nursing a little bit of a calf strain and hip strain, not injuries, but just my body wasn't really ready for that or conditioned for it. So really try to remember that just because we can do it doesn't mean that it's sustainable, and that easy does it whenever we're talking about exercise, especially if we're just starting something new like that. So what is the best exercise for weight loss? Because there's lots of opinions about that. So I'm just going to throw mine out there too. The best activity or exercise for weight loss is the one that is the most enjoyable and most sustainable for you. Okay? So if you enjoy walking. If you think that you would benefit from a personal trainer and you would enjoy that and you have the means to, by all means. If you like Zumba classes, great. If you like water aerobics and you have access to that at your gym or at your YMCA, awesome. If you enjoy the videos at home, or maybe you are taking care of somebody at home, you're a stay-at-home mom or caring for another family member and you need to be able to exercise at home, those workout DVDs or those workout YouTube videos, those are the things that you enjoy doing, awesome. You need to find something that is not just endurable, but enjoyable, and something that is sustainable and achievable for you. You know, you have to be realistic about what you can actually do. Some people, it probably isn't a good idea to do the running. Maybe swimming is a better thing for them if they have access to a pool because they have joint problems. You just really need to think about, what can I actually do? You know, what is feasible and realistic for me, and what will I enjoy? Because if you enjoy it, it is more likely that you will stick with it for the long term. Now, that doesn't mean that you're married to it forever. I mean, I didn't think that I would ever enjoy running, and look at me now. I'm actually kind of sad that I'm having to put a halt on some of my training in order to nurse this calf muscle strain issue that I'm dealing with. And I never would have thought that, you know, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that I would be sad that I can't go out for a 6-mile jog. You know what I mean? You never know. It will change. And if you are on a weight loss path, as you lose weight, there might be other exercises that are more accessible to you and that you will add in. So there you have it. 3 exercise myths that I kicked to the curb in order to make activity a regular habit for myself, and what I believe to be the best exercise to assist you in your weight loss. It won't be primarily responsible for weight loss. That comes from nutrition, okay? Creating a caloric deficit. But to assist in weight loss, it's probably whatever you will enjoy and stick to for the long term. So that's what I have for you guys today. Let me know in the comment section. I want to know, what do you guys enjoy doing to get your body moving and to get some activity into your day? What are some of the things that you guys enjoy doing? I'd love to hear about that. So thanks so much for stopping by. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.